what, people calling me gay because I've never had a girlfriend. I think if anything, it makes me less gay. If anything, it makes me not gay. As opposed to less gay. Not that there's any gay, but it makes me not gay. Well, because think about it this way. You know, a gay people do date girls all the time. Real. And when I said on Elijah Schaefer's show, when they said, have you ever been in a romantic relationship? Have you ever had sex with a girl? And I said, no. If you name searched me on Twitter, as I always do, all these gay people are coming out and saying, I've had more girlfriends than Nick. I've had sex with more girls than Nick. So like I said last week, not only is that thinking flawed, but actually it's the reverse. That actually makes me really more heterosexual than anybody. If we're really being honest, never having a girlfriend, never having sex with a woman really makes you more heterosexual, because honestly, dating women is gay. Having sex with women is gay.
I don't know if that broke anyone else's brain. I'm sure everybody's, but that there was a green screen white nationalist, Nick Fuentes, who's definitely in New York City, right by the Empire State Building. He is a self-proclaimed incel, which is involuntarily celibate, which is pretty much a title that translates into no one will date me and it's their fault. He obviously runs a white nationalist conference called AFPAC, which is basically a more extreme version of CPAC, if you don't know who it is. And I'm sorry you had to watch that, but there he is trying to make this, 7D chess argument as to why him not dating women or having a girlfriend or being an incel is in fact in and of itself so-called gay. I don't know if he's using gay as just a pejorative, it's stupid, in the ways that some sort of 13-year-old brained right-wingers do, or if he thinks having sex with women is homosexual. I don't know how to parse it. He went on to say, though, if you needed more proof, quote, having sex in itself is gay, I think. I think that's a really gay act. Think about it this way. What's gayer than being like, I need cuddles, I need kisses, I need time to spend time with a woman? That's a little sus. I really think I'm the straightest guy. And there you go. There you have it.
Man.
So in other words,
he's gay, basically. He's gay. Like, let's just, I know. People will like, especially like the very kind-hearted progressives, they don't like this kind of talk. It's not right, no, but he's gay and he hates himself, and it's tragic because he has no reason to hate himself.
Yes.
Like what he's saying makes no sense, and he's weirdly defensive about the fact that he's not sleeping with women.
Yes.
Bro, you don't need to be defensive about it unless there's like something you're trying to hide. And it's just like, there's nothing more dangerous in America right now than young white men who hate themselves.
Indeed.
Yeah. You know, it's like, but I wish someone would put his arm around him and be like, listen, bro, it's gonna be okay. And also, I think the FBI should check his basement.
Yes.
Where are the bodies hidden?
Yeah, at least the sex dolls are there. But I need cuddles, I need kisses. Makes you gay? What is that? No, that makes you a human being. And this is exactly where you conflate this. And whenever anyone talks about toxic masculinity on the internet, they're like, oh no, you're a crazy feminist. Look at this poor man who, we shouldn't have empathy for at all, because he spends his days like essentially dabbling in the exact same white nationalism that led to shootings like in Buffalo. But here you have him saying that it's wrong, it's not masculine to want love. That's at its core what it means. This is someone who clearly wasn't hugged enough as a child. This is someone who never was told, I guess, that it was okay to cry or be vulnerable. I feel like he's about to break down into tears right there. Anyway, that it's very, very ridiculous and upsetting. He continues, he says, When he admitted to kissing a girl in high school earlier this year, outraged fans accused him of being voluntarily celibate. In a subsequent episode of his show, Fuentes vehemently denied, insisted, or that he has no desire to ever kiss a girl again. So his audience, his base, is taming him into rejecting that love so he can be straight. It boggles the mind.
You know, the whole incel thing, is it like an extension of like entitlement culture, right? Because I remember what guys were like when I was a kid. When I say kid, I mean like teenager or in my early 20s, right? Guys who really wanted to get laid and couldn't get laid, like weren't vicious, dangerous people. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? And like, whereas this group of guys, with the exception of Nick Fuentes, because I don't know what's going on with him and his sexual identity. But for people who proudly describe themselves as incels, it's this like ideology that they are entitled to women's bodies. They are entitled to women having sex with them. And it's like,
and their pickup line about you falling from heaven better work or else. It's very much like victim blamey. And it's like, no, bro, just like don't wear socks with sandals or whatever. And like, no means no and be chill, you know? Just
and by the way, if you like the socks with sandals, I promise you, like
there's someone out there for you.
There is. Everyone gets comfortable by the time they hit their late 20s, early 30s. They're like, you know what? It's all about the character of the guy. You know, if he's wearing the Birkenstocks with the white socks, it's a little weird, but I accept him because you know there are other things that I'm looking at.
I'm marrying a guy who wears black dress socks everywhere, and to the gym. Just it doesn't dress socks with holes.
And
I love him, and he's
you're
great.
Soon to be MILF. And tells you everything you need to know, incels. Tells you everything you need to know.
There you go.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.